welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, wow, happy new moon. I'm currently on a walk to go meet my sister, but today's new moon and I'm just like, I'm also walking barefoot. Me as fuck. But wow, a lot has just happened in my life in the best way possible, and you know, give yourself the space to feel the love that you need to experience and allow yourself to move on, to allow the good things in your life to end so they can leave you and lead you to greater things. That is what I'm learning right now, and I'm just like, ashe, ashe, ashe. Anyways, I'm meeting my sister. Hello. Love this wind. I come in peace. Grow with love and love without fear.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Literally.
His voice kind of looks like Felipe and his friend.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay, go for it. Kayla? Mila?
Un raspado de piña.
Piña.
That's good.
No, I didn't, you know, I usually can't either.
Not a lot of them have piña though. But I always get de vainilla. I ate the paper.
And if not, a squirrel possum.
Yeah, we saw a possum the other day. Currently outside, and I'm gonna be doing my yoga out here. I think I'm gonna be doing my own flow, and I'm also gonna do a meditation. And I also brought my tarot cards with me, some water. So yeah. let's see what the cards have to say today. Cleanse away any energy that isn't divinely for me and get some clarity. Isn't there a song that goes that says clarity? Clarity. Yeah. Oh, I literally just got chills. Grand rising, everyone. This is the next day. It's currently like 7:20, I want to say. And we are going to Nuts today, which I'm very excited for actually, because it's like one of the messages that I got as I was tuning in for the new moon. Full new moon. I keep saying full new moon because it's like the cycles of that past phase of the full moon, like fully ending and like coming to play as the wind is like rushing in, making the wind chimes like make noise and change, literally. Sometimes I love being psychic. But I'm just like, wow, this past, like the illusions from this past Gemini new moon, from this Gemini like phase, from the previous phase, I'm just like, wow. It's giving like no more Mr. Nice Person. Like, we're not here to play. Like, this is how it is or it's not, and that's it. And this past phase I experienced something very specific, and I wouldn't say it was like triggering of the past, like triggering things of the past, but it was just a triggering experience within my own self because of the way that my emotional state was reacting. And my own like energetic body was just like on overdrive. But I realized it was kind of triggering in that very moment. And I wouldn't say it was like triggering in a bad way, but it was like triggering in the forms that it needed to play. Does that make sense? Like something needed to happen so these things could come to play, so that things could be seen, so that things could be voiced, felt through, spoken about. With that being said, where does the healer go to when they need the healing, right? Hi Moon. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on here and allow myself the space to communicate what I'm feeling, because the energy that I'm feeling is very similar to something that I was feeling in the past. So I know the feeling, but it's not triggering feelings of the past. Does that make sense? But I'm feeling that same like solar plex, stomach, like stress driven anxiousness, like wanting to throw up because of the stress that I put myself through and anxiousness that I just went through. So where does the healer go when they need the healing? I think that's so funny, because usually it's tuning into thyself, and it's allowing yourself to see everything, whether you like it or not. It's allowing yourself to see the full truth of your reality with no like if, ands, or buts, you know, with no excuses. It's like, this is just how it is. This is what I'm feeling. Feel through it or suppress it, but it needs to come out sooner or later. So yeah. Oh, 小麦米粥. It was getting to a steeping point. Like the pot was steeping to the point where it just needed to like burst, and everything needed to be let out. And with allowing myself to do that, I was like experiencing like so much hyperventilating, and I have already been diagnosed with like anxiety, like severe anxiety, so I already like kind of know how to regulate that for myself. But sometimes you just need to allow yourself to feel through the anxiety, to be able to observe what is going on mentally, emotionally, and physically. Sometimes you just need to let yourself like ride out the wave so that you can come back to clarity. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting channeled messages for myself, which is why I'm like smiling, because it's giving me more of that ease. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to share, because you can be a healer but still be doing the healing for yourself. So yeah, and I know it's also a collective energy that everyone is feeling right now, and a lot of people are experiencing. I'm just so lucky and blessed to be able to observe these things and know these things, because not a lot of people know that and don't allow themselves to tap into the grand picture, the grand scheme of things, to be able to identify why it's happening, you know. I'm just really grateful that I know and get to observe why this is happening, and like the clarity that's coming in, instead of just like being the person experiencing it. I get to be like the experiencing and the observing. And a lot of times the being so much in just experiencing can put you in that overdrive, can put you in that energy of like anxiety or stress or overwhelm or overload, because you are just seeing it from the perspective of what you're experiencing in that moment, instead of like being like, this is what's happening, but that's all it is. That's just an experience. What is like the overview? And even if I don't know what the overview is, just allow yourself to observe. Allow yourself to be the perspective of the overview so that you don't put yourself like in overload or in overdrive. And that's what healing looks like for a healer. Speaking from my own perspective, it looks different for everyone, but that's what it looks like for my own experience, is like allowing yourself to see things that you might not always be able to see if you were in the present experiencing moments of the stress or anxiety or overload, even that happiness, you know, yeah. For me personally, it's important to keep like that Buddhist perspective of everything being neutral, everything having the same platform, the same equilibrium, I want to say. Don't even know what that means, but I want to say that. Like that same equilibrium of like frequency that's like, it's all the same, it's all one, it's all neutral. Obviously we're gonna experience like happy moments and allow yourself to feel that, and sad moments and allow yourself to feel that, because it's all neutral. And for me personally, it's important to keep that balancement of all energies, because it gives me that mental clarity. I don't put stress on myself if I'm not feeling happy, and I don't put stress on myself if I'm feeling sad. I'm experiencing these things, and that's what it is. Allow it to be. Don't hold on to it. Don't attach yourself to it. Allow it to be as best as you can. And that goes along, allowing things to be goes along with identifying those things for me personally. And sometimes it doesn't look like I'm identifying these things. Sometimes identifying those specific things or those specific feelings puts me on an overdrive. And sometimes identifying the overdraft of like the feeling helps me like equate my own balancement to my own feelings and what I'm experiencing. So it's like about adjusting to what is benefiting you in those moments, and what is helping you to continue flow and elevate in those moments. I just did a reading for someone literally yesterday actually, which was so divine. Oh my god. Blessings to that being, so divine. But I was talking about how like sometimes we don't have to always go back to the tools and tactics that helped us then, but what is serving us now. And we were talking about this because we were talking about how as humans, because of the habits that we have built and have grown into, usually when we know that something works for us, we return to those things because that's what we think is going to help us heal and elevate and grow. But a lot of the times, like what was serving us then isn't always what is serving us now. And that doesn't mean you have to like completely like exempt it from your life and from tools that worked for you, but it can just mean that it's something that is there if you need it. It's not necessarily something that you always have to go back to, but it's there if you need it. And along with that, we were talking about how like not all spiritual tools and not all meditations are gonna help you the way that they need to in that moment for your energy. It's like if you were experiencing severe fear and anxiety, and say you were doing a manifestation meditation, like that like combats itself within itself. So it's like not all healing tools are gonna help you in that moment, and they might help you in different forms, but it might not always be the root of things. And what we want to get to when it comes to healing is like the root of things, so that you can be in the ebb and flow of a neutral state of being. So yeah, like not all healing tools will be what you need in those moments, from like what you actually need in that moment. So it's like giving yourself that space to like just be is what can be healing. Sometimes we don't always need to sit in a cross-legged position to be meditating. Like meditating could be drinking a glass of water, and maybe that's what brings you peace of mind in that very moment, or maybe that's what you're holding on to bring you back to that natural state of being in flow. So yeah, sometimes that meditation, that healing happens when you're laying in bed all day, and that's when the most important healing is happening, instead of like all the doing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, because as a healer, I am still healing, and we'll always be healing. We'll always be experiencing our own experiences, and just because we use the title of healer or shaman, it doesn't mean that we're better than anybody, because we're all healing. We are all healers, whether we tap into it to a certain extent or don't. Like even just you watching this and then you having a conversation about it in public could be healing to a stranger that could be overhearing your conversation. You never know when you are healing somebody, and when your random conversations can make someone's day better, or someone laugh, or bring that peace of mind to somebody else. So yeah, all of this that I just said was in my heart to say, and therefore wanting to say that I was feeling that anxiousness in my stomach, and I've experienced that same anxiousness in my stomach to the point of wanting to like throw up in the past, because of severe suppressing the energy. And I'm just allowing myself to feel the energy now, because of the cycles ending. This is how it's coming up, and this is how it's happening. I realized what I experienced had to happen for me to see that I needed to feel through this full energy of anxiety, and like that rebuilding my security when it comes to my stomach. It's like nourishing my stomach. It's like revitalizing my stomach energy, because so many things play into it. How I was feeling, how I was treating myself, how hard I was being on myself mentally, and what I was putting into my body physically. With that part of like the whole veganism thing, with that being said, like there was a point where I was eating chicken and it was hurting my stomach, and I knew it was, but it was what I had in that moment. And yeah, like even just yesterday I was eating tilapia fish, because I know what was nourishing for my body, and I had to listen to that. So along with these things, it's like it's not just about like a title, it's not just about like I'm vegan, it's not just about I'm a healer, it's not just about like, oh, like I wear this type of clothes only. It's not just about this. Like it's about what feels vitalizing to your body, and what is nourishing and healing for the whole being, not just like one part of your being, or not just for how it looks as a being here. So anyways, with that being said, I just finished my yoga, and I'm about to have some breakfast. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna have, because I just been feeling a lot of like that cleansing energy, so a lot of like light things, but I'm making sure that I'm eating a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, not staying kind of away from like the heavy things. And like I said, today we are going to a theme park. So one of the messages that I got for myself was like, go out, don't be a homebody. I kept hearing the song Homebody, but I got the message of like, don't be a homebody, but then I still got the song Homebody, if you know that song. Me as fuck playing that song in my head. Anyways, yeah, so I'm very excited actually to go to a theme park. Usually I wouldn't want to go because I'm so used to like recently being a homebody, being in my comfort zone, but I know that like I'm growing and expanding my wings and I'm ready for the world to see me. So yeah, Satnam, I love you.